would it be, for instance, a prerequisite
Yes.
for the execution? Let's take, for instance, an engineering design. Would it be a prerequisite
Yes.
for any design
Yes.
at the basic stages to go through some form of scrutiny?
Absolutely, because that is why we want to engage the body of engineers at the highest level. We've gone to Korean to say, look, let's look at this together. And they agreed that that is an area of concern and that we should work together to make sure we come up with a kind of protocol that will address these issues. And I believe that once that is done, two things will happen. We will now have a situation where there is a forensic review on designs to ensure that it's tied to value for money, and not just value for money, to also look at its structural composition as to whether, in terms of the composition and components is correct. Then another huge area also that is concerned even to the engineers is the issue of product specifications, especially when you look at, we have a lot of substandard goods coming from like Asia and all of that being dumped into Africa, including Nigeria. And again, the idea is you see a product, what is specified there is not equal to the content. So again, forensic review of product specifications will take that out. And unfortunately, that has even encroached into even pharmaceuticals.
Right.
So it's not just even products, but even drugs. So again, that takes us back to the use of the laboratories. Because if the laboratories are there and they are independently run, which means if NAFDAC goes there to test drugs, and if something happened, there's an independent laboratory owned by the institute that any other Nigerian can go also can revalidate what has been done. The same thing with SON. If they say this product, they have cleared it, it's standard, it can enter the Nigerian shelves, and it's contested, people can go to court and say, well, SON has given us clearance, but we want to make sure that this product is actually what it is. So I think it's a long way to come, but at the same time, assuring Nigerians that we'll get there. The crucial steps have been taken, which is the establishment of the law. We will build it block by block.
How will this facilitate the fight against corruption and other financial crimes? You know, the quick dispensation of justice, where you find some cases drag on and on for lack of due. I mean, when it gets extremely difficult to prove, because for those who are committing these crimes, they take the pains to really hide their tracks.
Yeah, forensics knowledge is handy because it aids investigation. It makes it speedier, and it also facilitates easy adjudication, because what delays cases in courts is sometimes, apart from the technicalities being infused by lawyers, one of the huge delays is the ability of the prosecution to prove its case. And with forensics, now prosecutors, they have tools that can help them get their cases analysis easily done, that you can prove your case before the court so faster. So I'm also assuring you, sir, that with the laboratories up, we have smarter investigations, which means the quantum of money that will be wasted and time on investigating cases will be shorter. And then also the rate of prosecution, the success rate will increase, which means ICPC, EFCC, all of them will have, and the police will have higher success rate in prosecuting their cases, because now these laboratories will aid their cases. And then for the judges, again, once the evidence is there beyond reasonable doubts, they'll go ahead and deliver their judgment.